So here's a very common question that comes to me a lot. Why does my ball curve in the air? I try and hit a straight shot to my target, the ball takes off, but it starts curving. It starts curving to the right side or the left side. And let's have a look at why this happens. Now, I've got this model, got a little alignment stick, and we've got my son's little plastic ball, which we've colored yellow and red on either side. Now, imagine that the camera where you're watching me from is the target. Now, I would like to hit this ball absolutely straight and going this way. But imagine this to be an aeroplane. And if the aeroplane tilts this way, this ball is going to curve that way. If the aeroplane tilts that way, this ball is going to curve towards my left side, right? Now, how do I make sure that this ball goes straight? The tilt of left or right is the tilt of the spin axis of the golf ball, which is depicted by this horizontal line here. Now, what affects the tilt of the spin axis? Two main factors. The first is gear effect, which is if you hit it toe, if you hit it heel, more in your driver 3-wood hybrid and much less in your irons. The second, which we're going to look at now, is the difference between where your club face is aiming and where your path is going at impact. Now, to take this example, we are going to assume that you've hit the shot in the center and there is no gear effect, because actually it's a combination of those two. But we're assuming that the shot has been hit in the center of the club face and there is no gear effect. We're going to look at these two guys right here. The red is my club face and the blue is my path. Now, when both of them are aiming at the camera, at my target, the ball actually starts between them and goes absolutely straight, because the face and path are equal to one another and are equal to 0 at my target. Now, assuming that my path is now to the right side, and you can see the face is left, or the face is shut to the path. The face is shut, the path is to the right side. Now, this ball will take off this way and have a curve towards the left, because you can see the spin axis is tilted to the left side because the face, the red one, is shut to the path. Now, in the same way, if my path is to the left side and the face is assuming to the right side, now this ball will take off here and will actually tilt to the right side because the face is open to the path, and that is going to tilt the spin axis a little bit to the right side. How much does, and obviously the right side is a fade, tilting to the left side is a draw or a hook. How much the spin axis tilts also depends upon how much the difference between the face and the path is. If it's a slight difference, it will tilt slightly. If it's a major difference there, this will tilt more and more. So remember, if your club face is only open to the path by 2 degrees, the spin axis will tilt very little to the right side. But if your club face is open to the path by 10 degrees, then the spin axis will tilt a hell of a lot to the right side and you're going to get a big slice there. So the spin axis tilts because there's a difference in the face and path. The spin axis tilts more if there's a more difference in the face and path. If the face and path were both the same, whether they're going to the target, whether they're going both to the right side, in this case the ball will start here but the spin axis will not tilt, or they're both to the left side, in that case the ball will start to the left side, it will not tilt. As long as these two are equal to one another, the spin axis will not tilt. If there's a difference in the face and path, the spin axis will tilt.